I still remember that morning like it was yesterday, though in truth it feels more like a lifetime ago. The sun was barely peeking over the horizon, casting its golden light across the sprawling fields behind our cabin. My wife Laura and our 2 kids Emily and Jake were bustling with excitement. We had planned this weekend getaway for months, a chance to disconnect from the city, escape the chaos of emails, deadlines and traffic and immerse ourselves in nature. I thought I was prepared, that my years of weekend camping trips as a kid had equipped me with everything we needed. Little did I know, nature had its own plan for us. We started early, packing the car with sleeping bags, food, a first aid kit, and what I thought were enough supplies for a weekend. The GPS on my phone gave me confidence, showing the route winding through dense forests and along narrow dirt roads. By noon we had arrived at the trailhead of a popular hiking area in the Appalachians. The forest was breathtaking, towering pines swaying gently in the wind, birds chirping overhead, and a crisp scent of pine needles and damp earth filling the air. The kids ran ahead, their laughter echoing between the trees, while Laura and I carried the bulk of our gear. We decided to take a less traveled path, thinking it would be an adventure. The trail started off easy, with sunlight filtering through the canopy and patches of wildflowers dotting the ground. We didn't notice the way the trail forked unexpectedly, nor did we pay attention to the subtle signs that would later prove crucial. Hours passed and the easy trail became rugged. Rocks and fallen branches blocked our path, streams we had to cross with careful steps, and the GPS signal started flickering in and out. I remember thinking just a little farther, then we can rest. But as the afternoon waned, the forest seemed to grow darker, almost intentionally, as if it wanted to hide us from the world. Then it happened. I tripped on a root and twisted my ankle. Pain shot through my leg and I sank to the ground, cursing silently. Laura rushed to my side and the kids stood frozen, unsure what to do. The realization hit me hard. We were off the marked trail, deep in the woods, and now I couldn't walk properly. Panic tried to rise, but I pushed it down. We needed a plan. I remembered the emergency whistle I had packed. I blew it once, twice, 3 times. Silence. The forest swallowed the sound, and the distant bird song continued as if mocking us. I tried the phone again, no signal. The realization settled in, we were truly lost. We decided to make camp where we were. I dragged myself a few feet to a relatively flat area, and we set up our small tent. Laura found some dry wood and we managed to start a fire. The kids huddled close, shivering not just from the cold creeping in as the sun set, but from fear. I tried to reassure them, telling stories, making jokes, anything to mask my own worry. Night fell and the forest transformed. The shadows deepened, sounds amplified, the rustle of leaves, the crack of twigs, the occasional call of an owl. I lay awake, listening, heart pounding every time a branch snapped nearby. Sleep came in fits, broken by every unfamiliar sound. Morning brought no relief. Our food was limited and I had to think about water. A small stream nearby provided fresh water, but it was slow going and I had to be careful. We rationed our snacks and I tried to create a mental map of where we might find the main trail. Every path looked the same, every tree a twin of the next. The next 2 days were a test of endurance and patience. We moved slowly, resting often. I kept telling myself, keep calm. Think clearly. Don't panic. We marked trees with strips of cloth, tried to leave signs of our passage in case someone was searching for us, and made small signals with the fire smoke. The kids, despite their fear, adapted in remarkable ways. Emily learned to spot edible berries while Jake became my little scout, alert to sounds or movement in the distance. On the 3rd day, hunger and fatigue weighed heavily on us. I knew we couldn't wait passively for rescue. I decided we needed to move, even if it meant slowly dragging myself along. We followed the stream downstream, reasoning that it would eventually lead to a larger river or a road. Hours turned into miles. My ankle throbbed, blisters formed on my feet, but each step felt like progress. That night, we camped again near a fallen log. I kept watch in shifts, listening for any signs of human activity, distant voices, a motor, or even a flashlight beam. Around midnight, I thought I saw a faint glow in the distance. I woke Laura and whispered, "Do you see that?" She squinted and nodded. Could it be another hiker? Rescue personnel? Our hearts leapt, but we didn't dare move recklessly. The following morning, the glow had disappeared, but our hope remained. On the 4th day, while following a ridge, we finally heard voices, loud human voices calling out. Relief washed over me like a flood. We shouted, waved our arms, and soon a search party appeared, having traced our last known GPS coordinates. Tears, hugs, and disbelief followed. We were safe. We were exhausted, dirty, and starving, but we were alive. Back home, in the comfort of our own living room, I often replay those days in my mind. The fear, the uncertainty, the small victories, each moment taught me more about resilience, family, and the raw power of nature. Nature does not bend to our schedules or desires. It moves to its own rhythm, indifferent yet beautiful. And while I had once thought of myself as an experienced outdoorsman, the forest reminded me that true preparation is humility, patience, and adaptability. I tell this story not to scare, but to remind anyone venturing into the wild: respect it, plan meticulously, and never underestimate it. But also take your family. Share laughter, stories, and meals in the woods. Because even in the darkest hours, even when lost among the pines, there is a bond that shines brighter than any sunlight filtering through the canopy, the bond of those who faced the wilderness together. Looking back now, months later, Emily still talks about the forest adventure, Jake calls it our survival mission, and Laura laughs at how I insisted on carrying half the food while my ankle was throbbing. And me? I remember every detail, the fear, the hope, the perseverance. And I am grateful. Grateful for the experience, for our safety, and for the lesson that sometimes getting lost is the only way to truly find yourself.